Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a new Royal recruit stack that's breaking down the best player in the world's defenses without any skill required. It's currently played by the rank 192 player in the world, and we're going to be testing our luck spamming our way up the leaderboard with this deck too. By spamming recruits in the back as soon as possible and defending with Fisherman, Mega Knight, and Mother Witch, you're able to build up huge counter push. You can delete your opponent's entire elixir bar if they mess up and overcommit into a Little Prince ability or a Mega Knight. You can activate King Tower with the Fisherman, and you can get an endless amount of piggies if they spam bait cards into a Mother Witch. You don't have a unit that goes directly towards buildings because you don't need it. With everlasting spam of always going in for recruits when you have them and defending minimalistically with cards that give you huge counter push, the elixir efficiency that this deck gets means that you'll always be on offense where your opponent is fully focused on defending. This is the recruits Mega Knight deck to play if you have no skill or shame. You'll be losing a lot of respect from every opponent as you win games and assert dominance. Despite this deck being incredibly low skill, a ton of time goes into every video. Thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make the daily videos possible. All right, we had a game against someone with the Electri Giant banner. Fortunately for us, even though he's got unlimited force, we've got unlimited forces. So we're going to force him to defend by dropping our recruits in the back first play, and we're going to speedrun the evolution. Best starting play with this deck is always recruits in the back because you can get to the evolution faster and you don't really have another win condition in the deck. Sure, you can overwhelm your opponent with the sheer spam of the Mother Witch, but generally the recruits is going to be the best way to play. Oh, dude, come on. That's not good for me. That is the one thing that scares me slightly. It's 3 Musketeers because, well, I guess fortunately for us, we are able to lock onto one of the Musketeers, but I mean, I could Mega Knight on the right, so it's not that bad. Yeah, you know, it's not that bad at all. We can just Mega Knight fully shut this down, and then go Goblins on the Musketeer to go and pull back the E-Barbs. And then if we can kill the Musketeer, I'm happy. And then we can go in for a Fisherman afterward to stop the E-Barbs. I don't love this, but it is what it is. We are going to stop the E-Barbs, but at what cost? Almost all of my elixir. But we're getting it back with the Mega Knight, maybe? Just a little bit? Some jump for joy? Not really. We got a bit of damage. The pom-pom spikes fall down, and they don't even damage the tower. Imagine the Mega Knight doing death damage to the tower because the pom-poms jump on the tower too. That's what I feel like should happen. Mega Knight is a destructive foe. Anyway, we can go in for recruits in the back again, and I don't necessarily love doing this, but if he's going to have Elixir Collector 3 Musketeers, he shouldn't have enough Elixir for the 3 Musketeers immediately. And because of that, I think the recruits will apply enough pressure. I could have also dropped it at the river, and that might have been slightly better. Anyway, we can go in for a Fly Machine here, and then Little Prince at the river, and apply as much pressure as we possibly can. Tweaking the ability here generally is going to be good, but I guess we weren't able to afford it in time. It's okay. The Fly Machine locks on a tower, and the recruits are tanking, so that's good overall. We can go for a Mother Witch, and then we can use Goblins afterward. I think that the piggies will start to tank for all the other stuff. Nice. The 3 little pigs, but in the weirdest, wonkiest way. Countered 2 E-Barbs and a bandit. I got 3 pigs. Decent. I mean, we can arrows here and then get to the recruits evolution again, hopefully. Unfortunately, we don't get a great trade here. I think I have to go for Mega Knight because if I go for arrows, what happens is the homie is able to counter us. So we're going to go in for Goblins and Fishermen. We should be able to pull the Knight directly into the Goblins. The recruits aren't going to be able to come down for a minute. I got to go Little Prince. I got to keep up the pressure here, my dudes. But click the ability. We might be able to bounce back the E-Barbs and kill them, and then keep the Fishermen alive, and then we can go Mother Witch at the river. I think this Mother Witch has to win us the game. Like right now, we need to keep up the pressure. Otherwise, he's going to get too much of elixir advantage and we lose. It's now or never, baby. Full spam ahead. And look at that. The tower winded up dead. So we have 28 seconds to defend this all-out push from the 3 Musketeers. I wonder if I can do it. I know that I want to go in for a Fisherman on the right-hand side because I am hoping that the Mega Knight can just counter everything else on the left. That's what I'm banking on. 18 seconds. Can he even reach my tower? I don't think he can. I think he's dead. So let's go. He's going to go Mega Knight counter possibly with something. I don't know. What can he kill a Mega Knight with? He's going to have an onslaught of spam on the right-hand side. But his 3 Musketeers on the left can't even reach my tower. Let's go, guys. GG and well played. We beat an Elite Barbarians player with a Elixir Collector and 3 Musketeers when we have no big spell and we had no way of killing the Collector. So you would assume that I'd be screwed having 0 counters to the 3 Musketeers and Elixir Collector. But the man from Unlimited Force wasn't able to stop our relentless pressure. After forcing our way through E-Barb's defense, we've pushed up to 893 in the world. And now we're on the global leaderboard. To jump in the game against Aimer, we're aiming higher. First play, we're going to be cycling our recruits in the back, and then we're going to be going in for our Mother Witch. We're going to be rushing up the leaderboard as fast as we possibly can out here. And y'all already know if he's going to go Goblins, we should, or if he's going to go for Barbarill, we're going to go Goblins and stop the Barbarill from locking onto our Mother Witch. Mother Witch is precious, and we're going to prioritize our piggy pushes. So I can activate King Tower because he just uses Tornado. If he doesn't have Tornado, he can't stop the Bowler from activating King Tower against the Fisherman. That's overall a huge win for me. I want to just go Little Prince and then go in for our Fisherman, and we'll see what he's going to do. Obviously, the Little Prince would kill the Bowler if the Bowler was going to be dropped in a different spot, but that was a phenomenal lightning. Huh. Okay. Well, at least the little prince did not kill the bowler fast enough to stop the king to activation. But that was a great lightning by our dude. Guy is yawning like crazy. He's got to go to sleep. I wonder if he's BMing me or if he's not happy about the matchup. I don't know. I can't tell. Genuinely, like, he might have a bad matchup here if he doesn't play it perfect. Because I can fly machine directly on top of this, and it should die. Little Prince is not going to stay alive. We lock onto the Little Prince. So even though you're dropping your Guardian, and you're using that ability, the fly machine will stay on our side of the map and snipe your Guardian and also your Little Prince from a safe distance, not getting targeted by our tower. So yeah, if he doesn't have the tower target, then we're fine. We can go Guardian, we can go Little Prince, and we should be able to blast back this Electri Giant and not take too much damage. Even if he tornadoes, it's not that bad for us. Overall, he loses the Electri Giant, and I think he only gets like one zap on our tower. So that's pretty decent. I want to go in for more recruits though. This is going to be easy for us to defend every time that he goes in for a Electri Giant, because he'll have to use his Tornado on top of the Little Prince and the Mother Witch. And when he does, then we can use our Fisherman, so then he's not going to counter everything at once. At least that's what the game plan is right now. I wonder if it's going to fully initialize as we expect. Okay, this is what we wanted to see. This is exactly what I wanted to see, actually. So I can go for recruits, and then I can Fisherman on top of the Little Prince and pull it in, so then the Mega Knight's going to counter it. So he loses the Little Prince no matter what he does. It's gone. See you later, my dude. And then we can go for a Fly Machine afterward, and I don't think he wants the Lightning on this. And then because his Elixir is low, we can go for a Little Prince on the other side, click the ability when we're at 3 Elixir, and this might just lock on the tower and win us the game. I think he's incredibly tilted right now. He was BMing us like crazy. The Mega Knight jumps on the tower, the Fly Machine doesn't even get targeted, and then he has to deal with Royale Recruit's evolution coming at him in like 2 seconds. So this is going really well. It's safe to say we are having our way in this game. So I want to go in for another Mega Knight plus Fisherman on top of the Bowler this time, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go for our recruits here, and then we're going to Fisherman on the Bowler to go and pull it. And then I think that, oh, he went in for Electri Giant. I wonder if he dropped it fast enough. He did. Very smart, sir. But at the same time, even though it was intelligent, it wasn't intelligent enough. It's going to lose all of his stuff and give us 2 pigs. We're going to steal the Bowler and the Electri Giant this time, adding to our offense. Thank you, my man. We can go for Little Prince on the other side. We've got the Mother Witch barreling through in the left-hand side with the Fly Machine locking on the tower. And as I said before, I don't think this matchup is that good for him. He might have thought it was good and he was BMing us because he thought he won, but he lost and he's really angry right now. It's funny that he was laughing with the Goblin as the Goblins assassinated his tower. He's adding 1 more Goblin into the mix, and now we've got 5. And after our greedy Goblins stole the win, there's no doubt they're high-fiving each other, as we've successfully sprinted our way up to 580 in the world. Nothing stops our speedy sprinting sirs. Recruits move fast and hit hard. Yo, this guy's got a flying machine in the banner, and we've got it as our mascot. It's one of the best ways of winning with this deck. If you can get the fly machine locked on the tower, it traumatizes opponents. So I'm going to go in for our Goblins, and they're not going to steal any damage, unfortunately, but we can go for a Fly Machine and show him what he's asking for. The dude's going to go for a Knight in the back. So Knight and Skeletons, probably be a Hog Rider Firecracker deck if I had to guess with Bomb Tower. So I'm just going to spam my recruits as fast as I can, and we see Electro Spirit, so it could also be Expo or Balloon. I don't know anymore. If this is an Executioner deck, I'm going to be slightly salty if he drops on the left-hand side. He's going to have Princess. What are we matching into, man? This is insane. So we're going to arrows on the Princess. Hopefully we can hit something else as well. Yes! We sniped the Skeletons and also the Princess. That's where patience pays off. That gave us a huge positive elixir trade, sniping the Skeletons and also allowing our recruits to break through and do damage, forcing out a Miner. Huge value. That Miner was useless. So I can go in for our Little Prince, and if he balloons on the other side, we can go in for a Mother Witch, and we can also go for a Fly Machine. I think this will be worth it. I wonder if it gets a shot on the tower. I don't think it does because we dropped our Fly Machine as well. I spent the extra 4 elixir to make sure he doesn't do anything besides death damage, and I think that's good. Also, maybe the Little Prince. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to click it. I'm going to do it anyway. I was debating whether or not to drop the ability, and I dropped it a little bit later, but it's fine. Or is it fine? I don't know anymore. Guys, I don't like this. I have to Mega Knight, and I have to make sure the Mega Knight jumps on all of the Skeletons or we die. Cool. We can go for Goblins on the left-hand side, and that will be able to finish off the Princess. The Mega Knight's going to jump on the right-hand side. He'll probably activate King Tower. I can't stop it. Oh, he didn't try to activate King Tower. I'm glad I didn't have enough elixir for pre-arrows, because I would have dropped it if I had 3, and I wouldn't have stopped him. Oh, the Mega Knight's still splashing onto the tower. How is that happening? The Knight was obviously off on the left, but the Mega Knight splashed onto the Knight and hit the tower there. I love it. I love it so much. All right, he'll probably go in for a balloon, so I want to make sure I retain enough elixir. We have Little Prince, Mother Witch, and Fly Machine, so we have 3 good counters to him. Let's Mother Witch in the middle for the Skeletons. If we can get one, that'll be a win for me. Yeah, we do get it. Nice. Let's arrows on the Princess. Also hit the Knight as well. And then going for a Fly Machine so we can keep up our stellar offense. I wish I had a little prince, but it is what it is. Always nice to get another little piggy right next to the tower. Oh, the mother witch is still alive. We're stealing all of his sauce. All of his cards are mine. And the miner cycles is obviously awful for him because he needed the miner to be able to go and kill our little prince if he goes in for a balloon. Now we're body blocking the river, so he has to stay on defense. Okay, so we can go for a Mega Knight at the river as well, just to keep up the pressure. He has to fully focus on defending it, and none of the cards that he's countering with are going to go towards the balloon side. It's not going to go towards the balloon at all. Like, he wants to go towards the left-hand side where he has all the damage, but he can't. Also, if we start stealing his stuff, we can just go for one more arrows or like another piggy push. Just one piggy hit. I think that the piggy does enough. Oh, we're going to get some little piggy brothers to add to the mix. It was actually 2 piggy hits. I debated you guys, but at least we learned that instead of finishing them off with arrows. We learn something new every single day as Mr. Nova Stone's towers fall. Stone by stone, we tore his tower apart. Imagine having a tower gradually crumble to Mother Witch pigs. That sounds pretty painful, and I'm sure this guy didn't enjoy that. He sat there trying to defend for the last minute and a half and could do absolutely nothing. And our piggies have pushed us up to 503 in the world. All right, we got a game here against someone with the Archer banner. Push more daddy. Dude, we're trying to push up higher. Honestly, I don't know if he's calling me daddy, but maybe. We'll see. We're going to go goblins in the back, and I want to go in for a Mega Knight in the back as well, possibly. No, screw that. We're going to go recruits. What am I thinking? Why do I want a Mega Knight in the back when I can go recruits evolution? There's no Mega Knight evolution in Clash Royale yet, so cycling it is just far inferior to the recruits. It's weird that your decision making is always, is there an evolution? If yes, cycle. It's pretty dumb. So I'm going to go in for a Mega Knight in the back when I get the chance to cycle to the recruits. Possibly. Oh, I mean, he's going to have Tesla. Oh, he's going to have Mega Knight counter with an Expo Evolve Knight. Interesting. Okay, let's little prince off to the side. It should jump onto the Expo. And then I could have arrowed, but I didn't know what he was going to have, so I didn't really want to mess with it too much. He should lose these archers to the Evolved. I mean, go recruits. I think that's a decent strategy later. But right now, I just want to apply pressure and see what he's going to do. If we can kill the Knight, that's good for us. Also, he's not going to have the Knight evolution. He's going to have Archer's evolution instead. So that's going to change a little bit how we play. We might have to cycle 2 arrows. We might have to cycle recruits and then have arrows and flying machine kill the evolved archers. Evolved archers don't die because we don't have fireball. That's one of the few problems that we have with our deck. So we want to apply pressure when he can't get the evolved archers in the cycle. So we're going to go recruits right now with split up goblins. He might log on one of them, and he does. He misses one of the recruits, though, and then we can arrows on the left. Yo, this is going to mean that there's nothing left over for him for the left-hand side. That is huge damage on both lanes. If you guys hate playing against Expo, this might be the deck for you, because we are demoralizing this Expo player. He is a menace, and he is getting wrecked. If he goes Expo, we'll go Little Prince, and we'll click the ability as fast as we possibly can. We have no other way of jumping onto the Expos, because this is really our only strategy. Guardian, you have to save my butt, or I'm screwed. Wait. Guardian is going to kill the evolved archers, so then we can go for a fly machine, get him to fireball that. Is he not fireballing? Is he just going to let the Expo decay? Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Finishing off the Expo with the evolved archers with a Little Prince prediction is huge. If I didn't know to drop the Little Prince there and I wasn't hovering it, I would have gotten wrecked. So despite our deck being slightly low skill, or maybe very low skill, you can still make outplays against Expo, which is a good feeling. All right, I like dropping the Little Prince and just hovering it because when you're able to drop the ability before your opponent's ready, it's a good feeling. You just get way more value. All right, we're going to try to fish him in the middle, but he makes a prediction with Skeleton, so we don't get to latch on. I'm going to Little Prince afterward, and then I'm going to go arrows on, I think, the right side. I think that's just a little bit better for us to do. And we can Mega Knight, and the Little Prince is going to go and wander on the right-hand side as well. I think that it's overall good for us to go for a fly machine. And then I think that the Little Prince walks onto the tower and we win. There's no way he's stopping that. Dude, the flying machine is piecing apart the Expo too. This guy got destroyed. It wasn't even close. He did all but 1,000 damage to our tower. After stomping Expo easily, this deck has got my seal of approval. Losing to buildings and units on my opponent's side of the map makes me want to just put down my phone sometimes. Luckily, we were able to put down Expo and push up some ranks. And now we're at 439 in the world. Yo, we got a game against the sun. What's up, man? So, you already know, we're going to engage in absolute darkness, covering the map with recruits. With their shields blocking the sun, I don't think this guy is going to have any fun. He's going to go for the Ice Golem, so he's going to try to chill out our aggression. And I don't think that's going to work very well for him because I can go for a fly machine to snipe the cannon and then start to melt the Ice Golem afterward. We're going to Fireball, but overall, that's going to be a 4-for-4 trade, fireballing on top of the fly machine. And the fly machine got damage on the cannon, so it's an overall good interaction for us. I think it's going to be 2.6 Hog Rider. It has to be, right? So if he's going to go for skeletons, we want to stop the skeletons with our goblins so then we can activate King Tower comfortably with our fishermen. Also, if we're going to cycle anything, we're going to go Little Prince in the back, and he's going to hog rider. So we're going to Fisherman here. I think we still activate King Tower without Little Prince killing it. Please don't kill the hog rider. Please don't kill the hog rider. Yes, it still got the hammer hit. I was wondering if that was going to work. I didn't know. All right, we're going to go Mega Knight with our Little Prince. We'll possibly force out a Fireball. We'll see what he decides to do. Maybe he'll go Skeletons to the left. No, he's going to go Ice Golem instead. Let's click the Little Prince ability on top of the Musketeer. This is a bit risky to do, but it might work through. No, it's not going to. I don't want to activate King Tower. I really do not want to activate King Tower. Okay, this is likely going to get logged, but we do have Mother Witch, so there is that. We have also activated King Tower. Also, the Goblins are bamboozling the Hog Rider, so it doesn't break through as fast as it should have. That was really good. And we get 2 pigs. Nice. Yo, Mother Witch put it in work. The piggy farm is happening. And maybe we can farm some wins, you know? That's what we like to see. All right, so I'm going to go in for our Royal Recruits. Our ranch has piggies. It has recruits. It's got fishermen. It's got a whole bunch of diversity out here. Oh, from all walks of life. They come together to watch the recruits charge. All right, maybe we can go in for a fly machine. I think we want to go for a fly machine directly on the yeah, I think we go for a fly machine on the Musketeer, force out another fireball. Yeah, he's going to fireball on some of the recruits this time, though. That's not good. That's no bueno. Ooh, evolved skeletons are so spooky. I hate it. I hate it. All right, let's arrows on that so we don't lose the game. And then we can go in for our goblins afterward if we want. Not wanting to right now, though, because I want to be able to go and snipe a cannon ideally. If we can do that, that would make me a happy sir. I don't have arrows, so he could activate King Tower right now. I don't think he's going to, though. He seems very scared. He looks at his situation and he's like, I see a Mega Knight and a Little Prince. That is a big problem for me. So he has no indication of doing anything else but defending. All right, we're going to go in for a Mother Witch, and then we can go for a Mega Knight. I don't expect to get any damage with this push. We're trying to build up big pushes and then eventually break through opponents that have sturdy defenses. If they're good at the game, I think eventually they'll make one misstep and then they'll still lose. That's how we like to play whenever we're not able to win easily. It's just a trial of patience for you, and then you'll win. All right, so that was a bad fly machine for sure, but it's still going to get fireballed, so maybe it wasn't bad. Maybe our opponent thought that the fly machine was perfectly timed and we baited him. Actually, I think that's definitely what happened. All right, we're going to go for a fisherman. We should be able to go and pull the hog rider and take no damage. The Mega Knight's going to jump for joy, and we are in a good spot. I think, possibly. Do we Mega Knight or do we... Yeah, let's Mega Knight, so it jumps onto the Ice Golem ideally. If that can happen, or it jumps on the Musketeer, either one is fine. Let's go for a fly machine in the middle. Try to keep him at a chaotic position where he has to fireball on the fly machine, but he might not have enough elixir. I think this is good for us overall. The recruits are on the tower on the left. We're forcing a cannon out of him. Then he's logging. You know what? Screw it. Let's go for recruits and goblins at the river. When you're at a low amount of elixir, this might be the hardest part for you to defend. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. Recruits are definitely doing something, but the arrows won't be able to kill the Musketeer and hit the tower that we want, so we're not going to do that. Oh my gosh. You are obnoxious, aren't you? So we're going to go in for our Little Prince. We'll go for the Mega Knight when we need to. I think we're in an okay spot, though. All things considered, having this fisherman stops him from going in for a big parade push. It's not like he can comfortably go in for his hog rider and then feel good about it. He's trying to focus fully on defending right now. He's going to go for his hog rider right into the Little Prince and the fly machine, and then he's going to get goblins. You know what? We can go for a Mother Witch here, and then we can go in for recruits at the river. Or we could go for 2 Mega Knights. You know what? Let's go for 2 Mega Knights. Let's just see if that works. The Mega Knight jumped on the tower! See, this is what I'm talking about. Patience pays off. That's going to be a huge advantage for us. He can't fireball cycle enough now. All right, let's arrow so then we can kill those cannons, and then the Mega Knight jumps on the tower, and then we can go for goblins because he just uses log. We can go for a Mother Witch afterward. Yo, the patience is working. Oh my goodness. Your opponent has to play perfect for like a solid 5 minutes, and if they mess up, they lose. That's the thing about this deck, because you're constantly berating your opponent with a barrage of spam. They will mess up eventually, and then you steal the win. So this is how I like to play Clash Royale with a brainless deck, because your opponent, if they're pushing ladder for long periods of time, their brain just doesn't work optimally all day long. And if they're slightly tilted after a bad loss, they're going to get bashed in the head by recruits, fishermen, and your abundance of spam. You already know when recruits bop the tower after relentlessly rushing the entire match, they scream wham bam I-bridge spam with pure pride. And we can't forget about that marvelous Mega Knight jump that collected around 1,000 damage. Without that Mega Man, I don't know if we would have jumped towards victory. But the endless distractions from the Fly Machine, Mother Witch, and recruits were too much for our opponents to pay attention to the entire time. And one slight slip up gave the Mega Knight the opportunity to do the dirty work. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily videos, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.